That one egg was 40 eggs?
That's a big fucking pile of garbage.
I'm the farting demon in this relationship.
I'd be an awesome rich person.
You're both just an embarrassment.
God, I'm awesome.
We're talking Tom Hanks and his vehicle.
Yeah, I had my finger in my mouth waiting for you to finish.
You gotta get 4 balls or something.
Dick piercing?
No, you know damn well I'm fucking that demon. It's still sexy.
How could that be close and not be
Yeah,
right?
I'll kill some random dude.
If you want cheese, you get a milk.
You're waiting for me.
No, I can hate on it. It sucked. Boners.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of Plotty Time. I'm here. I'm Poppascotch with Chump Slap.
What's up? That's me.
And today we're going to be talking about Grand Theft Auto and all of the history of all the stuff involved.
Yeah, because we wanted another week off, and we couldn't let you guys hang in there.
And we didn't want to do homework. It's every week since January of 2019, we put out an episode.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not going to stop now.
No, even if this episode sucks, it's going out.
It's going out. It's free. You could stop listening to it any time. Although before you do that, head on over to our YouTube channel.
Like, subscribe, hit that bell button or whatever.
All that good stuff. You could also find me on Twitch at Poppascotch.
Nice.
As for Instagram and Threads, I guess we'll see on those.
It's easier to find me on Reddit.
Yeah, we're always there. We're always responding to people. But today, like I said, we're going to talk about the Grand Theft Auto series, considering news that is considering news that keeps coming out saying that Grand Theft Auto 6 is definitely coming out in 2025.
Oh, snap. I can't wait to see the right-wing Christian militants fight this one.
This is going to be a good one.
Happens every time.
Every time. Although now they're making fun of Florida, so maybe everyone will be like,
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
That's probably what Florida is. But anyway, first question for you, Sir Chump Slap. Do you remember how you got started with the Grand Theft Auto series?
I remember it like it was yesterday. I was at a friend's house in high school.
Okay.
Just dicking around on computers. And we used to play random-ass games, and he showed me Grand Theft Auto 2, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been London, but it was one of the first 2 or 3. It was
The top-down ones.
Top-down one, yeah.
Right.
And I do remember it zooming in and out a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like the faster you go, it zoomed out. So you had more reaction time and shit. It was weird. I remember that. But I remember frenzies and just having fun picking up frenzies, trying to kill 30 people in 10 seconds or whatever.
Yeah, I remember playing the first one. I don't remember if it was the first one right out the gate or if it was the first one in like the director's cut set. But
that you own, right?
yeah, I still have to this day. Nice. Remember, I got started to the series because there was that video store in the middle of town. Mm-hmm. I don't remember the name. It wasn't Uptown Video. It wasn't Terry's. There was one that was like next to where the old location of Terry's used to be. This is real inside baseball shit.
I know what you're talking about.
But I don't remember what it was called.
Vacation?
No.
That was Terry's.
That was at the end of town. Yeah.
Yeah, damn it.
Vacation Video. Obviously, it wasn't 48 Hours. They came into, but I don't remember what. Anyway, yeah. So they were going out of business, and it was really sad. And their whole inventory was like for sale. And I don't know, I guess I got there early and I saw Grand Theft Auto was on sale for like $7.99 and I had $8 on me. That's how I got introduced.
Nice.
To the Grand Theft Autos. And I remember it being extremely difficult, like no learning curve at all.
Really?
That's what I remember at the time. It's been years since I played the top-down ones.
Yeah, I can't remember. I assume there were missions and shit, but
okay, one other memory I do have is firing it up, playing it, and if this had come out in the late 90s, like I think, I would have been like middle school.
Yeah.
So maybe shouldn't have been playing this, but like the first mission, it was like, you got to steal this motorcycle because there's a brick of cocaine in the gas tank. I'm like, fucking, whoa, what is going on here?
Was that before they put like ratings on them?
It definitely, I don't think it was before ratings. Maybe?
I don't know. Maybe Grand Theft Auto 1 was the one they made ratings after. Because, there were parental advisories on music at that time.
It looks like it was the ESRB, which is the governing board in the United States, the Entertainment Software Rating Board. There are other ones in other countries. But for us in America, they were formed in September 1994.
Oh, okay. So that's weird that they sold it to you without like calling your parents.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like maybe just going out of business. Like I don't give a fuck. Give this.
Yeah.
Kid
What are they going to do? Shut us down?
Yeah. PS1 game. This kid's cool. He's not going to rat it out.
You get drugged back in there by your ear.
I know, right? My son bought this at your establishment. No, my parents were not watching what games I was playing. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, that's good.
Absolutely not. So then I don't know if I played 2. I think I did like
2 because I remember watching a video of it recently to do, I guess, a little research for this, but yeah.
I definitely have played it, but I don't think I put in the time as I did with the first one. And then when 3 came out, I remember vividly because I got hurt at work and I was at home. This was like right around Christmas, I think. I'm not going to tell you the year. You could probably figure out the year when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out.
2001, bro.
God. Well, I remember hearing Grand Theft Auto 3 was coming out, and I remember reading it in a magazine, dude. That's how I heard Grand Theft Auto 3 existed. It was in like a EGM or something like that.
Right.
And then I was like, wait, when does this come out? And I did the math. I'm like, wait, it's out now? And I don't remember who drove me, but someone drove me to Allentown and I bought it. No, it was Walmart in Lehighton. Not Lehigh, well, Walnutport when it was there. Remember that?
Yeah.
That they drove me there and I got it at night and I picked it up and then I played it a little bit, but then I got hurt at work and I was home for like 3 weeks and I played the shit out of Grand Theft Auto 3. And by then the word had gotten out and it started blowing up.
Yeah. I kind of remember this one.
But it took place in Liberty City. It was all 3D. And I remember it wasn't like super hyped. Like Rockstar back then wasn't Rockstar now. You know what I mean? Like it came out and people were reviewing it and interested, but there weren't like commercials for it. It wasn't a huge marketing campaign. It wasn't the cultural event that Grand Theft Auto is now.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have to advertise because it was always on the news.
You saying like car chases or just the news?
No, just like there's always a fucking, there's a scandal. Oh, Grand Theft Auto's coming out. We'll put it on the news. Like,
was this the hot coffee mod one?
Maybe.
Do you remember that fucking
Well,
controversy?
this was 2001, so it was like right around Columbine where they probably like blame it on the fucking video games.
Oh yeah, probably.
What was the hot coffee mod?
You don't remember that? It was a mod. It might have been San Andreas, and I'm thinking now it's San Andreas, but it was a mod that you could run that you could like unlock a part of the game that was never intended to be part of the game. It was just like leftover code of the dude banging the girls he goes on dates with.
Oh yeah.
But it was like cartoony and silly, and everyone lost their goddamn mind that this was possible.
Jesus. It's like the God of War sex game, mini games.
Some of these mods get real weird, like real weird, real fast. It's like you'll be looking through the Fallout mods and it's like, oh, this new gun arsenal. Oh, this new thing. Oh, the rounded butt mod, which makes everyone's butt rounder and more voluptuous. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. That shit is crazy. People have too much time on their hands, man.
You're digitally changing a character model to have a more juicy bottom. Like, what are we doing? Like, just pause before you do this stuff and think about it for a second.
No, I'm playing the game. I know what I like.
Any hoodles. Who am I to shame, right? Who am I to shame?
We don't kink shame on this podcast at all.
No, never. And then for me, man, what came after Grand Theft Auto 3? Vice City?
Yes, I believe Vice City was the one that was in my PlayStation when it was stolen at college.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It was rented from fucking Blockbuster.
Oh, it's even worse. It's like ding you.
Yep.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I was playing it when it came out, like release day. I went to the small video game store at college and I was like, do you have Grand Theft Auto Vice City? He's like, well, we have like 30 boxes over here, but they're all pre-orders. And like people just haven't picked them up. And there was a pause and he goes, but you're here right now with cash. So here you go. And I paid him and that was that.
Nice. Yeah. Well, if you pre-ordered it, you think you'd want to be there right away.
It was like a mom and pop place, but I think the pre-order like reservation was $5 or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then if you planned on buying it, you'd come back and pay the full price minus the $5 reservation fee or whatever. But if you never picked it up, then
you just forfeit $5. Not much.
Exactly.
Well, that was cool. At least, well, maybe there was like a pre-order bonus you got with it too, like a fucking keychain or something.
Or some asshole just didn't get his copy and we all get to laugh at him.
Yeah. Is this the one that had the race to platinum in it? There was one.
Race to platinum?
Yeah. I swear there was one that if you were like the first 50 people to platinum in it or 500 people or whatever, you got like a key to the city.
Oh, that definitely was. There weren't trophies out for this one.
Oh, okay.
Trophies wouldn't have been out till 4. And I remember those trophies being fucking nuts for 4 because there were a lot of multiplayer ones.
GTA key to the city.
But while you're talking about that, I'll talk about Vice City a little bit. Vice City is known as having one of the most ridiculous missions in all the Grand Theft Auto games where you had to fly a chopper and it was really didn't handle very well and it was like a time trial.
Oh, yeah.
It was famous for being annoying, and I do remember doing that mission and failing a bunch. I remember it was very Scarface coded, Tony Montana style. Ray Liotta was the voice of the main protagonist in it, so that was fun.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I think it was the first time the protagonist talked as well, because in Grand Theft Auto 3, he did not.
Oh, yeah, and they didn't have any voices in the first two, right? You just had to read shit.
And so, yeah, that was Vice City. And then San Andreas is the only one I don't remember playing as soon as it came out. I remember playing it eventually and enjoying it.
San Andreas. I think that might be the one I skipped, because I was probably a little cheesed off from losing my PlayStation and Vice City, so...
That would make sense. People still speak very, very fondly of it.
Oh, yeah.
I remember, it took place in Vegas, the desert, Los Angeles, and I remember it being very good. I really should think about playing it again. I remember you could, if you ate too much fast food, your character would get, super huge, and if you worked out a bunch, your character would then get muscly.
Oh, yeah. I do remember hearing about that, but I never did play that one. And that's the one with the hot coffee, sex minigame.
Oh, San Andreas? Yes.
Okay.
Sex minigame. I think it was, I think the problem was not that someone modded it and made this code. It was that Rockstar left it in the game and someone kind of just unlocked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's just silly.
It's all very silly.
Yeah. Who cares? Was it graphic?
I don't think so. I vaguely remember it, and I remember it being very cartoony.
Yeah. I mean, it was pixelated because it was fucking 2004.
Right, but it was kind of imagine the sex scene in Team America World Police. It was closer to that than a sexy movie or video game or something.
Yeah. There was no full penetration, so kind of...
Yeah.
Really.
So, Jesus. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, yeah. So then came Grand Theft Auto 4, which I remember buying a PS3 just so I could play it.
Is that the Russian guy one?
Yes.
I kind of remember this one, but I don't think I played this one either. Nico.
It takes place in Liberty City. You play as Nico. There's always those memes of your cousin saying, "Hey, let's go bowling," because he'd call you in the game every 10 minutes to go play darts or some bullshit.
Oh, yeah. See, I must have played a little bit of this one then.
I remember it being very good. I loved it. And I remember the cars being very hard to get used to driving because they were more quote unquote realistic than
Oh, so they slide and shit.
Yeah, they slide. They you feel the weight of them as they're on the road. It's one of those things where it's striving to be very realistic. It was also 2 very big expansion packs were released for it later on. The Lost and the Damned, the one that has all the missions with the motorcycle gang, and the Ballad of Gay Tony, which I've never played either of them.
No, me neither. Everyone knows I'm not a big expansion pack guy.
No, everyone has said that about you.
I know.
At least twice. The second or third thing they mention.
Oh, this is the one with the key to the city. If you 100% of the game within the first week or two, you get, Rockstar would send you an actual key. Like a collectible key to the city.
That's awesome.
Yeah, fucking Goots got one.
Did he?
Yeah.
Good for him.
I know. I wonder how much it's worth now.
Well, while you look that up, it took place in present day, which was 2008. And I remember it was I had been working at my first adult job for a year, but getting paid very little.
Oh,
and the PS3 had come out in December or fall of 2006. So I'd wanted it real bad. And then when Grand Theft Auto came out, I used my Obama stimulus money and bought a PS3 and Grand Theft Auto 4.
Oh, nice.
And I have very vivid memories of plugging in the PS3 and the first thing is yeah, I got to get to the internet. And you're like, okay, I guess. It's normal now. But back then it was oh, okay. And then I had to wait for the OS to download and then install. And then I had to wait for the game to install, then I had to wait for the patch for the game. And I'm like, is this seriously what video games are now? And it has gotten so much worse.
Yeah, this is exactly what they are. Wow, this thing sells for $700.
Damn.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Oh, side note, before we'll take a quick little break from GTA, but I bought some more Genesis games.
Oh, yeah?
I bought, what did we get to?
Boogerman.
Already have Boogerman.
Stupid. Should know.
I got Krusty's Super Fun House. Which I didn't know existed. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, shit. I'm going to have to look for my fucking emulator.
It looks like a 2D platformer. Probably a Metroidvania, I think it says here. So it's probably right up your alley.
Well, there it is. Krusty's Funhouse.
And I got Alex Kidd in the Enchanted Castle. which I don't know if it was a launch game, but it was a popular one.
I kind of remember that, but I never played it.
And then I got this one that's pretty rare, Battletoads for Genesis.
Whoa, the original. Is that first printing?
I think so. I mean, it's didn't. I hope no one scammed me, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, Drew.
I definitely think one of the ones I bought was a scam.
Really?
Just because it's too perfect.
Like too clean.
Yeah, it's just way too clean.
You think they might have reprinted the sleeve and shit?
Yeah, reprinted the sleeve, just got a cartridge, hacked it.
That's a bummer. Yeah, but who knows? Who cares? It's part of a collection.
I could also be wrong. So,
yeah, you could have got a sweet deal, and they had a fucking pristine copy.
Yeah, who knows? Anyway, back to Grand Theft Auto. So, I remember this game being very detailed, and I remember going around and killing all the pigeons, which you had to kill like 200 of them for a trophy, or to 100% the game.
Oh, that's wild.
But I remember it being great. I didn't play much of the multiplayer, but I also recall there being a trophy where you had to get killed by someone who has this trophy.
How does that start?
Well, it was sorry. Let me think about this. You had to kill someone who was on the Rockstar dev team.
Yes, I do remember.
Or
that.
someone that had the trophy, I think.
Yeah.
So it would like spread out.
Yeah, so you had to be like in a lobby with the dev team, and then from there, more people would get it. So yeah, that had to be hard as hell to 100% in the first fucking week then.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, the multiplayer ones I remember being crazy too. I gotta look this up. Did you play Grand Theft Auto 4 or not?
I played it in passing. I don't think I ever owned it. I might have played it at a friend's house. I played a mission here or there, just fucked around and drove around. You know how it is.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
Like just trying to get 5 stars and then try to get away from it. Good times.
Hell yeah. I remember doing a lot of that in 3 as well. Just getting 6 stars or 5 stars and getting the tanks to come after you and then stealing a tank, and you basically couldn't be killed.
Yes. Those are good times. Wasn't there a trophy in 5 that you had to have like 5 stars for 20 minutes or some shit?
Yeah, because I'm looking at the trophy list for 4, and I just looked at one that says survive a 6-star wanted level for a full 5 minutes.
Yeah. That was probably the funnest trophy to try for.
Man, lots of multiplayer trophies. This is ridiculous. Anyway.
What kind of multiplayer was it? It wasn't heists and shit.
No, it was deathmatch. It just says games called Dealbreaker, Hangman's Noose, and Bomb Debase 2.
Oh, so, okay.
Multiplayer racing.
Right.
Kill 5 opposing team members. Where's this crazy one?
Deathmatch and fucking...
Oh, there it is. You killed a Rockstar in multiplayer, it's called.
Right.
Let Sleeping Rockstars Lie is the name of the trophy. Glad I looked that up. It was you killed a rock star in multiplayer is the description. So anyone who had that trophy, who got it from killing, you get it.
Yeah,
you got there.
It's pretty nuts. They should bring those back.
Yeah, people just don't give a shit about trophies anymore. Not like they used to. Developers, I mean.
Oh yeah, now it's just
they
like
really don't care.
We got to put them in, so we'll just make up the same ones we've always had.
Yeah, especially ones like Call of Duty and the EA, like the seasonal every year ones. They're barely ever different. It's embarrassing. But anyway, then after that, Grand Theft Auto 4 and The Lost of the Damned. There was Chinatown Wars, which I think was a Nintendo DS one and PlayStation Portable game.
Oh shit, PSP had its own.
And then Grand Theft Auto 5 came out 5 years later in 2013.
2013, Jesus Christ.
Can you believe it? 2013?
That's a long time ago, dude.
I can't believe people are still playing it. And I don't mean to disparage anyone. If you're still out there playing it and having a good time, go for it. That's great. And I think that's awesome. But I'm just so astonished by how many people are still playing it.
They have to just keep bringing out new heists and shit, right?
They keep updating it. From what I've heard, and the rumor online is that there were single player DLCs planned for Grand Theft Auto 5, but as soon as they started selling those shark cards in online play, they just put everything towards the online mode.
I probably would have played the DLCs on this.
Me too. I absolutely would have.
Yeah, it was a great single player campaign.
I mean, I know I played it when it came out. I know I played it again when it came out for PS4.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got like 3/4 through for the PS5 one. I played through this story like 3 or 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, it's damn good. It's a big fucking map too.
Yeah, I loved how you could get to like the desert and that shanty town and the trailer park.
Where that guy lived?
Where Trevor lived.
Trevor, yeah.
But then you could also just drive through that beautiful mountain pass and then end up at the beach in Venice and then head on over to the docks, and it was just beautiful. The map was really beautiful. I'm sure I still have it memorized.
Yeah, you could play golf and fucking tennis and shit in that too, right?
You could play golf, tennis. There were definitely more games that I'm not coming up with.
I think.
There was definitely darts. I'm sure there was a basketball, like a shooting thing.
There should have been bowling too.
I wanted to say bowling, but I wasn't totally committed. There was a movie theater. You can go in and watch movies.
Yeah.
It had, especially for the PS3, like this was the, okay, so 4 had a lot of technical innovation that people were really impressed with, but it blows my mind that 4 and 5 came out in the same console generation, because 5 is just so detailed and so far ahead of everything else technically.
Yeah, that was late in the console though.
It was right before the November 2014 is when PlayStation 4 came out. So it was released September 2013. So it had like a full year. Okay. But I remember it being like, it was just so detailed. You would get out of a car and it would turn off and you'd hear like the engine popping in the car.
Yeah, yeah.
Like those little pops. If you walked into the water, you'd get wet only to the point where you walked in.
Yeah.
I mean, these are just some of them, but there's so many details.
Was this the first one that had first person mode too?
It did, but that came way later.
Okay.
That was like a PS5 edition or PS4 edition.
Yeah, because I remember playing it first person. I was like, wow, this is nuts.
You know, it did work. It got me back in the game playing in that first person mode.
Yeah.
It was a little wonky, but eventually you got used to it. I just didn't prefer to play in it because it really annoyed me whenever I'd be running across the street and I get hit by a car and the camera flails everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Happened all the time. I'm like, God damn it again.
Yeah, I didn't like the first person driving either. I still like the raised in the back behind it, like third person driving.
Do you go all the way back, like as high as you can?
No, I couldn't do that either. It had to be.
I always do that.
Like if there were 4 steps, it had to be 2 steps. It had to be like only 2 steps back.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Man, I should load it. I wonder if I still have my save game with my cool ass cars.
I was worried about this. I was worried that we would eventually get to like, man, I should fire up Grand Theft Auto 5 again.
I don't know if this saves would go across platforms either, though.
I think they did. I don't know.
Yeah, that's just silly to think of. But yeah,
but it's a great game. Loved it. And so Grand Theft Auto 6 supposedly coming out the end of this year, and I'm sure I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking fun as long as it's not like $100.
I expect it. I don't know about price because there's all these rumors that it's gonna be like $80-$90.
I could see 80, but
it's just that still seems so nuts. But I'm expecting this to be like another technical marvel. Like I'm expecting this to blow everything else on the PS5 console generation out of the water.
Yes, it has to. I mean, we have to wait, 12 years for it?
That's the other thing we didn't even get into. 12 fucking years.
Yeah. Before that, it was like what? The longest gap was 3 years.
The longest gap before that was 5 years, and that was between 4 and 5.
Oh, okay.
But still, also, like, that's just with Grand Theft Auto. Rockstar was also releasing Red Dead Redemption in that time.
That's why they had the 5-year gap, because they did Red Dead and shit.
I think didn't they do something else? I'm forgetting.
They had to have. I know there was another big one. Rockstar.
Where's the god? Where's the stupid games list?
List of Jesus Christ. List.
There we go.
Oh my god, these aren't in the same any order.
So after Grand Theft Auto 4, now that I've got the thing in front of me, they had Midnight Club Los Angeles, The Lost and the Damned, Chinatown Wars, which was the PSP one, another game called Beaterator, which was for PSP. I don't know what that is. Ballad of Gay Tony, Red Dead Redemption, Undead Nightmare, LA Noire, Max Payne 3, and then Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, Max Payne 3, yes. That was the other. I guess that was pretty big at the time. But
it was pretty big at the time. It's kind of been forgotten, but I loved that game. Max Payne 3 I thought was so great. And I there's people who remember it fondly, but I think it's really been lost to time, which is the damn shame. But yeah, so in all that time is what happened. All those games happened between 2008 and 2013. And then since Grand Theft Auto 5 came out originally in 2013, we have gotten Grand Theft Auto Online, which is the same thing. That doesn't count.
No, yeah.
A phone version of Bully, the anniversary edition, a VR version of LA Noire, the case files.
That's interesting.
Then we got Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online. Those are big. And then Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, and that's it.
New Max Payne 1 and 2 project.
Yes, that's being done by the people that did Alan Wake, that group.
Oh, nice.
They made the original 1 and 2, Remedy.
Damn, let's do it. Should just do all of them.
We've done 1 and 2. You know that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We haven't done 3.
I mean, They should have just made it all 3 of them in one. It's kind of silly.
Oh, that they just did 1 and 2?
Yeah.
I think because those were like the PlayStation 2 generation. So they were,
Yeah.
smaller games, easier to do. Pretty garbage. They were great.
I mean, quality wise, like look. And
I remember Max Payne being the first game I played on PS3 where you could do mods. And I got the Matrix mod where you looked like Neo, and instead of reloading, you just drop your guns and pull out another set from your fucking cloak.
That's awesome. I didn't know you could do mods on that.
Oh, you can do mods on anything these days. You kidding me?
These days, that was PS3 days, though.
That was PS3 days. No, that's PS2 days.
Oh, 2, yeah.
It was way back, early 2000s.
What, you have to
Mid-2000s?
mod your save game or something?
I don't know. I don't remember how I did it. It was cool as hell. That's all I remember.
I think you're talking out your ass.
I am not talking out my ass. It's a thing you could do. I had a computer and was actively playing computer games in the year 2000 and 2001. And 2001 is when Max Payne came out. So I think that checks out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know. Was it released on computer? My bad.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't hacking my PS2 save. No. This is a
right.
computer thing.
That totally. That
Okay.
checks
Now
out.
it's
No
really-
problem.
Okay. Good. But yeah, there's also, these Grand Theft Auto games. We talked about our history with them. But there's always been certain missions that I remember fondly.
All right.
We can go backwards, like Grand Theft Auto 5. Talk about some big missions like the garbage truck, that heist where you had to like go get a garbage truck, go get the suits. The suits are the whatever, the overalls, not overalls, coveralls.
Yeah.
There it is. And then you had to go get the masks as someone else, and you had to drive it over, and then you had a huge shootout. And I just remember that mission being really fun.
I kind of do. I mean, I don't think I've played any missions since the first time I played it, but
Oh man, that was a while ago.
yeah, holy shit. But I do kind of remember that. I remember that you can free swap between characters at any time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you could do it in the map somewhere, or you could do it like in the middle of some of the missions. Like you would be Franklin like on the ground, shoot out, and then you could switch to Trevor who's in a water tower sniping.
Yes, yeah.
Or Michael who's running to plant a bomb or something like that. Like you could switch in between them.
Yeah, that was so cool.
It was like innovative at the time. Like that was brand new shit. No one ever. People have. Oh wait. What was the game? We talked about a game that did it. Oh God, what was it? It was an Xbox game, and it was a space game, and you got like the different people. Oh
There's
God,
like that
what was the name
lizard
of it?
guy.
Yes,
And
the lizard
sniper
guy.
chick.
What was it called?
It was a stupid fucking name.
It was something really generic. I still remember seeing like the green on the front cover.
Yeah, and the animation was so terrible.
Yeah, I remember it not being good. But it was an early Xbox game. I'm stalling so hard
I cannot fucking think of
to try and find this game. I can't remember when we even did it. When did we do it?
I'd say maybe 2 years ago.
We have it. We're seeing it in our heads. What the fuck was it?
I have no idea, man.
Man, I gotta find it now.
I know.
Brute Force? Is that what it was?
Brute Force? Yeah, I think so.
I think so. A clownfish named Marlin sets out on a dangerous. No, that's the movie synopsis because Finding Nemo was the movie that week. Wow. Tex gets left on a planet to be attacked by the local alien population. Mercenary group called the Red Hand. We got there. We cut out all that bullshit where we were talking about trying to figure out what this game was. Brute Force.
Brute Force. Oh yeah, it's a hell of a game. But yeah, that did it back in 2003, 10 years before Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it's a good point. So then we got you Grand Theft Auto.
Aha! I don't know if you could free switch, but didn't you have to when you died?
I think so. You're asking the wrong person. But the other missions that really got to me, I remember there was the whole Scientology group.
Oh yeah. Wasn't there like a web page for it, like a fake advertising campaign for it before the game came out?
Yes. What the hell did they call themselves? We're remembering stuff great here.
The Sons.
It was very, very silly.
What the hell did you have to do in that mission?
The Epsilon cult.
Yes.
There it is. The Epsilon cult, they always would say Kiflam is their greeting. And
I did not remember that.
Yeah, I remember you had to. Oh, it was a fun one. It was a Michael specific one, and you had to do a bunch of. It wasn't a main story mission. It was a whole optional thing, but you had to like contact the website, and then you had to donate like a shitload of money, thousands of dollars, in game, and then you had to buy like another couple thousand for the uniform. and then they would call you and invite you to a meeting. And there was just missions that went from there. But you have to keep making donations to the program, and the missions will then come after that.
Oh, really?
But yeah, long story short, you go through all these missions, you get to the end, you discover it's this huge fucking fraud, and then you can decide if you let the guy go or if you kill him and take all the money.
Oh, nice.
So it was a really fun mission set. I remember that one a lot.
I might have totally missed that one.
Well, it was definitely optional. It wasn't a story one.
Yeah, damn it. I'm going to have to fucking play this game again now.
It's great. Like, every once in a while, I just get the urge
Yeah.
to jump in there and fly a helicopter or something, you know?
Yeah. It should be one of those games that's always on your PlayStation just in case.
It definitely would for me if it wasn't so goddamn big.
Yeah, true that.
It's a huge game.
Wonder if you can download it without the online part.
Maybe. Well, it's probably not as big as Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Now that I remember it. I mean, those are like 80 gigs for those.
Oh, that's it?
I also, the first time I played Grand Theft Auto 5, when you were going through the missions, and, you know, I was told before we started playing the game that there were heists, but I didn't know how they'd play out. And the first time I did that casing the jewelry store,
Right.
like that whole mission, it's one of the first ones. It's where you work with Michael and you hire like a hacker, and that depends on how much time it gives you in the jewelry store to rob it.
Right. Okay. Bring it back.
You could choose to buy rifles and just go in loud, or you could choose to get like gas grenades and gas everyone in the store and then break in.
Wow.
Any of this ringing a bell at all?
Kind of, but I
They
don't
had to
think
get
I've
away
ever,
on motorcycles.
I never did anything fucking on the low, so I probably just went in there with rifles.
Probably. Probably, yeah. I remember thinking, oh, the smart approach is the way to go. And then I think I've only done it that way. Which
Really?
you're right. That's not nearly as fun.
No, because it was always fun just trying to ditch the cops.
Yeah. And oh, dude, the whole set of like Trevor Phillips missions that you get to like learn who he is. Because right after that mission, when you rob the jewelry store, you like go dark.
Right.
And that's when you are forced to play as Trevor for like 4 or 5 missions.
Oh, when you just like come to from a blackout one day.
Yeah. And then you meet up with your guys, Ron and whoever that fuck the guy is with the clown makeup.
Right. Wow.
And Trevor does some awful things. Doesn't he kill his cousin and his cousin's wife?
He has no redeeming values at all.
No, he's an awful guy.
Did any of them really though?
I mean, not really.
The gang member guy, what was his name?
Franklin.
I thought he was like the best guy.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the word to use, but I can't think of a better one.
Yeah, he was the most morally correct.
I understood him and identified with him more than Trevor or Michael.
Yeah, definitely.
There's also theories that like these are the different types of gamers. Like Trevor's just the psycho type of gamer that just goes into games like this and just kills everyone they possibly can.
Makes sense.
Michael's the methodical gamer, the stat nerd. There was a theory about it. You guys can go look at that on your own time.
We're not here for theories. We're here for babbling.
Exactly. All kinds of time for that. So yeah, I'm just going through the mission list here. There's a ton of other really great side missions, like the mini sub mission. Well, that wasn't a side mission. I guess that was a main mission. But you got in the mini sub and you got to go around like in the water. And especially on PlayStation 5, it was way detailed, the water underneath.
Oh,
You know?
yeah. No, I never played the fucking PS5 version. God damn it.
You're missing out. Oh, and also the last one I'll mention, the whole fact that the game had a stock market that you could manipulate and make a shitload of money off of. In fact, you had to if you wanted to buy all the property in the game.
Oh, yeah. I never did buy all the property either. God damn.
If you don't use the stock market trick, then you literally can't make enough money to buy like the golf course, which was like $80 million or something like that.
Really?
You just couldn't make enough money in the game.
Well, I'm sure you can now with
Online for
heists
sure.
and shit, yeah.
I don't think that transfers to multi. I have no idea.
Oh, maybe not. Yeah.
We've both played. I think you played it a lot more than I did, but we both played them online.
Yeah. I never played any of the heists online.
No, we both got into it early, like when online mode first launched, and like the first 4, 5, 6 months of it.
Yeah. We could just be like driving around and you'd be like, hey, there's a race starting soon. Just jump in it.
Yeah, or like a death match. You get to a part in the map, and you're like, "Yeah, I'll join a death match, whatever."
Yeah, I remember. Didn't they have like squirrel suit races too?
Yeah, they had a lot of. I mean, I'm not saying online mode doesn't have a lot of shit to do. Especially back then, it had a lot, but now I can't even imagine what it is.
Yeah, I imagine it's pretty wild if people are still playing it to this day.
Maybe one day we'll make a video where we jump back in and try to
jump
figure out
back
what
in
the fuck.
level 1 online.
Level 1 online, that'd be sick.
That would be.
God, maybe it imports my online character at like level 8.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Yeah. There's only one way to find out. I'm going to have to download it after this.
Oh, Jesus.
As long as I don't have to pay for it again.
I remember at some point, I think I might have even talked about this on the podcast, but when the PlayStation 5 version came out, you could spend $10 and get the upgrade.
Yeah. I remember being pissed about that. It's like, fuck you, I ain't paying for it.
That sounds right.
I think I already bought it twice. PS3 and PS4.
I think I even have it in a hard copy. Hold on.
For the 3? Oh, damn. I don't think he has it. I think he's lying to us, fellas.
Maybe I don't.
Aha. Did they make a solid copy for PS5?
I'm pretty sure they did because Amazon keeps trying to sell it to me.
Oh. Yeah. Hey, you bought this already. Why don't you buy it again?
I should. Hey, you bought this once. Do you want to buy it again? Come on. Oh, it's $5 more expensive than last time because we know you'll pay it. I swear they're doing that shit with me, by the way.
I believe it, man.
I used to buy, and I think I brought it up, the Liquid Death
Right.
off Amazon. I used to buy it all the time when it was like $11.99. I'm like, $11.99, 8 almost 20-ounce things. That's worth $11.99. I'll take that.
You don't have to pay shipping. Fuck it.
No. So I would buy them all the time. I was getting them delivered every week. And then all of a sudden they're like, actually, this is $15.99. I'm like, I don't love it that much.
No, I'll have to buy it at the grocery store now. Dude, I got something delivered from Amazon today to a totally different person's name, but it's still the same address.
That's pretty awesome.
So, you just keep that, right?
I guess.
I guess I could knock on my neighbor's door and say, is this your name? But
Yeah, that or hold it for a minute and be like, maybe someone will come by for it.
yeah, I guess because they probably got the picture of the fucking, we delivered it.
Yeah, I got that once with a DoorDash thing, and I'm like, whose house is that? And it turns out it was like a neighbor like 3 houses away because it was dark. It was nighttime. I didn't recognize the front of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, whose house is that? Like, is that not your house? I was like, no. And they're like, okay, well, you tell DoorDash. See ya. It's like, cool.
Awesome. Did you ever get your money back for it?
No, I've realized it was my neighbor, and I grabbed it off the porch.
I would have still complained about it.
Oh, yeah. So what else we got? Grand Theft Auto 4, 3, 2, 1, anything spectacular? I mean, there's always these like weird stories. Like there's the Bigfoot story in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. There's like lore to these games. Like there's aliens. There's Bigfoot.
Right. Yeah.
Any of that ringing a bell?
I do remember aliens. I don't remember Bigfoot.
I think the Bigfoot was, you could probably, there's people on YouTube, I'm sure, that have made huge videos about the lore of Grand Theft Auto games.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it was like a technical glitch that you could get Bigfoot to show up. And that's why there's like a fake Bigfoot mission in Grand Theft Auto 5. It's like a nod to it.
Right.
It's like a dude in a suit in Grand Theft Auto 5. I believe it's a side mission. But there's something involving Bigfoot. I think you're chasing Bigfoot as Trevor and you shoot him and it turns out to be a dude in a suit. Something like that.
That sounds familiar. Yes, yes.
So
The only thing I remember is that super everyone hated mission where you had to fly the little drone around the construction site.
yeah, the one from, which one's that from? Was that the Vice City one you're talking about?
It might
that,
be.
that I mentioned earlier?
Yeah, you had to just like plant bombs around a construction site and blow it up.
Yeah. There was also one like that was annoying for Grand Theft Auto 3, I remember. You had to go into like the gang territory and bomb vans that were incoming.
Yeah.
But you had to fly like a shitty little drone. It was so annoying.
Yeah, because the flying was terrible in these games.
Yeah, I remember taking a lot of time to get used to how to fly a helicopter in Grand Theft Auto 5. I bet you I can still do it pretty well.
Oh, yeah. I like flying the fucking fighter jets in 5.
But like, oh, do you remember the game mode online? I don't remember what it was called, but you started in the mountain and you went south to like the docks. I think that was the end. It was 4 people on motorcycles and 1 person in a fighter jet, and you had to reach the end before the fighter jet killed you.
No. That
But I
sounds
remember
like a
the
fucking fun thing.
It was a lot of fun. That was a really fun fan. I think it might have been a fan-made mode. I don't think, maybe they couldn't do that. I don't remember. It was great. And then that and the shovel throwing from Far Cry 5 were 2 of my favorite multiplayer games.
What the hell's the shovel throw? Like a caber toss?
The dumbest fucking shit you've ever seen. Grand Theft Auto 5 had a multiplayer like map model thing where you could make your own multiplayer games.
Right, right.
And it was deathmatch. The only thing you had was shovels. And shovels in that game were like thrown like javelins. You could like swap, but you could also throw it like a javelin style.
Nice.
Like just straight at people. So your team would spawn on one side, the other team would spawn on the other. And it was very small. And it was always people just hopping around chucking shovels across the fucking chasm in the middle.
It's like that.
And you're like,
What the hell is that? that Halo game with the hammers, like Hammer Ball or whatever.
It's probably the same concept, just
Yeah.
very small, chasm in the middle. You just hopefully kill one person before you die.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It's so fucking dumb. And I was like, this is great.
Those are the best fucking multiplayer games, are the stupid, simple ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Sticks and Stones and Call of Duty.
Which one is Sticks and Stones?
It's only knives.
Oh, Jesus.
You got like throwing knives and stabby knives. That was it.
And the ballistic knives?
Oh, ballistic knives were so fucking good.
I remember I have fond memories of playing Modern Warfare 4. That Russian, I think it was in Pripyat, was the map, but it was 2 apartments just right across from each other, like 2 huge apartment buildings.
Right.
And you shot like, there was just a sniper heaven shooting across the whole time. That was awesome. That was a lot of fun.
My favorite, I think the best I ever did was the yacht game, where it's just like it was just a yacht and you just run around it. What the hell map was that?
I know what you're talking about. Like, I've seen it in multiple Call of Duty games. They keep bringing that one back. It's not like Nuketown popular, but
yeah, but it's close. It's close. It's like a small. There's only like 2 or 3 ways you can run around it, and that was great with just knives or throwing knives or hatchets.
I love in those modes when you finally fight your way to the other side and you're like right about to take it over. That's when you realize instead of having all those kills that you're gonna take from being behind them, you realize you're gone. Your guys are spawning there and it's already switched. And you're like, God damn it.
That's how it always happened. I could never spawn camp because it always swapped correctly when I was doing it.
Yeah, me too. Same concept. It would always swap. And then I would always be like, run into the other side, just be running around in circles. Not saying that wasn't fun.
No, that was the best. That's my favorite way to play fucking multiplayers is never sit, never stop moving, just constantly run.
I don't have anything specifically against Call of Duty multiplayer. I have fond memories of playing it back in the 4 and the World at War days.
Yeah.
But like nowadays, I don't need to. I kind of got what I wanted from multiplayer.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
what I mean?
still a fan of it, but I just can't keep up anymore.
Like speed wise or just with
like kids are
platform?
doing 360 no scope snipes and shit. I can't do that. I'm just running around like an asshole trying to kill people with a fucking shotgun, and they're sniping me from across the map.
Have you ever played the prop hunt game mode? It's very popular now.
I've played a couple of them where you just like hide as a shovel or a bench or something.
Yeah, exactly. And you try to survive.
Yeah.
I haven't played those, but that looks fun.
It's fun to a point, and then you can't do it for hours. Like,
No, yeah, I know what you mean. Was that game mode not stolen, but was there a similar game mode in a different game, like a Team Fortress game mode? I think I'm kind of remembering.
yeah, probably like Gary's mod or whatever.
Like it basically, it wasn't called prop hunt, but it was conceptually the same thing.
Yeah, you just use an asset from the game and sit somewhere and hope nobody finds you.
So you get murdered immediately.
Yeah. You're like, oh, what is this, a sled?
Like that fridge shouldn't be there. What the fuck?
There were only 3 fence posts here last time.
That sounds so stressful. I mean, it sounds fun. I might try it, but I probably won't.
No, yeah. I mean, it's fun with friends, but by yourself, it's just like, what are you going to sit there like giggling in a corner?
Yeah, that's a good point. Fair enough. So coming to the end of this episode, we still have some time to fill here.
Oh,
but
yeah, we do.
I want to talk about Grand Theft Auto 6 a little bit.
Oh, bring it. I'd like to hear about it. I don't know shit about it. I haven't been paying attention.
There hasn't been much. There's been leaks. There's been stuff that's been dumped on the internet. I don't know if you remember, but like 3-4 years ago during the pandemic, there was that huge link and gameplay got leaked.
Oh, yes.
But I haven't been paying much attention to it because I just figure it's still years out. Like this could be very different by the time we actually get our hands on it.
Yeah, it could be another year from now.
Exactly. And I'm like, I don't want to get too excited and then have to sit here and get really pumped up for it. And it's still like at that point, 5 years away. We had no idea at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, I don't want to get too excited. So I just stayed away from all the leaks. But it takes place obviously in Vice City. We're in Florida.
Right.
It's supposedly the biggest map, which I think you had to, right? Like you
had to be bigger than 5 or else.
As Rockstar, you can't be smaller.
Yeah,
than
what are
5.
you doing?
Unless the map gets to a point where it is a pain in the ass to get to a different location.
No, they're just going to make the Vice City map and add 5 to it. And like you can just teleport back and forth.
That wouldn't surprise me if that was in the online mode.
Yeah.
That you could go back and forth or they integrate 5 with it somehow. I would not be surprised.
Did they say anything about multiple protagonists or?
I think there's two, like a couple.
All right, that's
Bonnie
cool.
and Clyde type story, I believe, is what I've heard.
Nice. Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm sure it's going to look fucking beautiful too. So
It's gonna look great. I'm very excited to see. Well, let's talk about like what are we expecting to see, and what are some things we'd like to see. I think that I don't know if you played Red Dead Redemption 2 at all.
no, I haven't played any of those.
Fucking awesome. But
I know.
in that game, it takes place in part of it is Sainte Marie, which is their analog of New Orleans. So swamp country, baby. Lots of huge ass alligators. And I think there's definitely going to be alligators in the game. We're in Florida. We're going to see swamps. And I need to be able to ride an airboat. There needs to be an airboat in this game.
Yes. I'm sure there will be. Like Everglades.
Yeah, there has to be.
Meth houses in the Everglades.
Because it looks like from, the trailer and stuff that it's kind of like the cyberpunk story. You're starting off as a low-level criminal. Something happens and you get thrust into bigger shit. And I mean, like, I have no idea. I assume that's what's going to happen. That's how all these have worked, which I'm fine with, not complaining.
Yeah, exactly.
But I wonder if, like, do you think heists are going to be back? I mean, I think they will.
Yeah. Why, if it ain't broke?
And I'm really excited to see what the heists are like. Are they going to be more of the same where it's you're just kind of like doing 5 small mini missions and then you do the big one? Or is it going to be something else that's more involved?
Like a fucking, what's it called? Like a raid.
Sort of. Like a raid, or like I'm trying to articulate like what would be the next step in how they run these missions? I guess multiple real people doing multiple steps.
Yeah. Like a raid or a fucking dungeon.
Or I think also there will be different options and more variables. You know what I mean? Like if you kill a certain guard versus, I don't know, incapacitating them versus knocking them out versus tying them up and throwing them in a cell. Like it's going to, maybe you get a key from them and you can unlock a certain door. It makes the mission easier later. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be different steps to take to get from A to B.
Yeah. I like it to be more open possibilities, anything like that would be great.
Yeah, and I'd be very interested to see a sort of story structure. I don't know if we're going to get this. I don't know if we're ever going to get this. But a story structure where it's like, if you fail the mission, the story branches one way. If you pass, it branches a different way.
Yeah, that'd be great. What more replayability in a single player campaign.
Or like, say you're in a mission and something happens and, one of the people in the group gets killed. And then throughout the game, like people keep referencing it or talking about it or, we're not going to fuck up like we did with, Jeremy and back at the jewelry store or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
Like keep those threads going through the story rather than having it feel like just like I talk about this a lot. You're probably sick of hearing about Chump Slap, but games like Batman Arkham City, where the story that you're playing is very much we have one night, we're on a schedule. This needs to happen now. There's a sense of urgency. We need to find the Joker fast,
Yeah.
And then as you're playing the game, you put in 60 hours, which is not like dicking around, doing Riddler stuff. There's no sense of urgency with the gameplay.
You know
what I mean?
You want it more like real-timey.
I don't know. Like
an in-game clock or something.
Maybe there's a situation where, you have to go meet up with Frank or whatever to go to the next part of the mission. And then you start dicking around playing other games. And then someone's like, dude, have you seen fucking Frank yet? Like, it's been 2 days.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like you need to be there yesterday. Like stuff that's more reactive to how you're playing the game.
How about this? You can recruit a whole shit. Like say there's a pool of 30, 40 criminals you can recruit and you can level them up like a fucking role-playing game or something. You could pick teams to do certain missions.
Or like, and what if some of them could be like undercover cops?
Yeah.
And you have to like figure it out.
Dude, that'd be crazy.
Are they just going to teach us how to run like organized crime? Like, is that just what's going to happen?
That would be nice. Yeah.
That would be great. There's just like spreadsheets of stuff of like,
yeah, like say you do a mission,
gambling
you
numbers.
fucking get to the end. Instead of killing the guy, you recruit him for your team, and he's already like a level 5 or whatever. And the more he does missions, the better he gets at whatever his specialty is.
It's kind of like, and it's kind of what you did in Grand Theft Auto 5. Like you would have 2 or 3 hackers at your disposal.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
You could pick them, but instead of having just a couple, you're talking about like doing missions or just things on the side and finding people and being like, you think you might be interested or?
Yeah, say there's like even just a conversation to a guy at a fucking computer store that could go one way where he'd actually join your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Man, I don't know how they're gonna pull any of this off. Or
Yeah.
I mean, if they even will. It can't be just another Grand Theft Auto 5 that looks nicer.
Yeah. You know what they need to do? Bring fucking kill frenzies or whatever the hell, like rampages, whatever they were called. Bring those back.
I want to say they changed them to rampages, but Frenzy also sounds right.
It used to be a kill frenzy, like the first maybe 3 games, London and 2.
Yeah, I remember there was one in Grand Theft Auto 5 where you were Trevor and you had to kill the hipsters. Because that's how old the game is, because hipsters were a problem back in 2013.
Were there rampages in 5?
There were rampages, yes. Did I say Frenzy? Did I fuck that up?
I just didn't. I thought they'd got rid of them in 5.
Oh, no, they were absolutely there.
Oh, okay.
I very much remember this. There was one where you had to kill a bunch of army people as Trevor with a rocket launcher. I remember it being very difficult because you keep killing yourself. Because cars would just like blast out in front of you and you just shoot and it was slow and you just die.
So were they all just Trevor things though?
I'm thinking about it now. Missions. They might have been just Trevor's side missions.
Yeah, these were just, you just pick up a little fucking, it's like a special weapon. Because I remember there was one, it was get a car and run over 30 Hare Krishnas or whatever. It's fucking wild.
I'm trying to check what they're called rampages.
Okay.
Trevor had his, so rampages, they're known as kill frenzies in the 2D universe.
Oh, all right.
So that checks out. That 1 and 2 would have that.
Makes sense.
So they did have rampages in Grand Theft Auto 5, but they were only accessible to Trevor, and they take the form of the strangers and freaks side missions. Do you remember that phrase, strangers and freaks, like their side missions things? Man, there were so many of them. So this was where you'd find the Sasquatch hunter. This was the Sasquatch missions were through these. I'm now that I'm seeing the name of all these, it's coming back to me. Like the Civil Border Patrol. Do you remember those guys driving around in like Jeeps trying to be like the Border Patrol, but they were just random assholes?
Damn.
Man, I remember them. Nigel. Oh, do you remember Nigel? Wasn't he the photographer who took the pictures of that Britney Spears like celebrity?
Okay, yeah. It sounds familiar too. Fuck.
Oh no, that was somebody else. That was not their name. Barry? Is that Barry? Beverly Felton? I am drowning.
I don't know, but it makes sense that only he gets the frenzies because he was unhinged. Right.
He got the frenzies, and Michael's version of that was meeting the weed guy. Barry is it's called grassroots.
Oh,
where
right.
you would do the grassroots, you'd smoke the dope, and then all of a sudden you'd start seeing aliens, and you'd have to kill a bunch of aliens with a minigun as Michael. Trevor had clowns with the assault shotgun, and Franklin had to just watch a cutscene. He had it pretty easy in these.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that. But it would be cool to find him like hidden on a map.
Yeah, for sure.
I do like exploring. So.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to make it more loot based. You know what I mean? Because I mean, they kind of dipped into that. You didn't play it, but with Red Dead Redemption 2, there was much more inventory.
Oh, really?
Because Grand Theft Autos haven't had inventory; they just had guns.
Yeah, and they're all basic.
Yeah, guns in the weapon wheel. They weren't customizable.
Oh, make it like fucking Borderlands loot.
Oh, geez, Borderlands loot and weapons that are like fully customizable.
That would be so sick.
I'm sure they're working on something like that. If you played a lot of these Rockstar games like I did at this time, you would see them like testing new things, like the weapon wheel that would be used in Red Dead and then eventually make its way to Grand Theft Auto 5. That was first introduced in Max Payne 3.
Oh, really?
And it's like the same thing. Like they found something that worked and like, this is by far the best way to get to these weapons. So we're just going to use it for these games.
Yeah. Weapon wheel's genius idea.
And stuff like that. There's probably others I'm just forgetting, but they would do that. They would try out stuff in certain games and it would work, and then they'd use it for their bigger releases like Grand Theft Auto, which I think is a pretty smart move.
Yeah. I hope there's a bowling league you can join.
Man, what if there's going to be probably golfing, and if there isn't golfing, there'll be like the way they'd get around it is doing like a golf sim. You know what I mean? Like one of those sim systems.
Yeah.
Like you go to a bar and they have a golf simulator.
No, there's going to be a fucking Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, God, there will be. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, then there's definitely got to be a Disney World, right? Or some kind of amusement park.
There should be.
Let's get into this. What are the Florida things we're going to see? The Everglades, obviously.
Yeah.
We're going to see some kind of swamp. And I want my goddamn airboat. And I want one of those fucking spectator airboats. The ones that sit like 15 people. I want to get real weird with this.
Okay.
And then manatees too. We got to put manatees in this game. 'Cause
Sure.
they're adorable. But what kind of Miami hotspots? Obviously, do you remember seeing they made a very famous picture in Scarface, but that beachfront area with the Coral Hotel.
Yeah.
Is this ringing a bell? Is that Daytona Beach maybe? I don't know.
I don't have no idea. I try to stay away from Florida.
I try to as well. But there's got to be an amusement park. There's got to be a Disney. How fun would it be to have, like, instead of making fun of Scientology like you did in 5, turn that to Disney for 6?
That'd be great. Disney or fucking Universal Studios.
There's no way they're not doing that, right? They have to.
There has to be. I hope it's for sale. Oh, you should be able to buy Mar-a-Lago, dude.
Maybe you can. I mean, the classic stuff like jet skis, boats, there's going to be a bunch of boats. There's probably going to be islands involved.
I hope there's hurricanes.
I wonder if there's going to be like those kind of crazy dynamic winter events. Because Grand Theft Auto, I mean, yeah, you had rain, like obviously you had the weather going through. You had, you just didn't have snow, but you did have it in those earlier maps.
Yeah.
In Yankton when you went back to see Michael's grave or whatever. But I'd like to see more dynamic event, but there's not going to be snow if we're in Miami, right?
No, but it would be nice to just like see, well, maybe not nice, but it would be cool to see hurricanes and like just wild rainstorms.
Yeah, like a crazy flood or something where you have to rob something during the cover of a flood. Oh, it'd just be like that sick Christian Slater movie, Hard Rain.
That's exactly what I was thinking when he said that.
That'd be cool, like a mission where you escape on a jet ski, but every other, like there's been missions where you escape on a jet ski, but they're always in like a bay or a harbor.
Yeah,
or
if it was
going
like in the
through
streets, that'd be fucking cool.
That'd be real cool. Now we're thinking, although that might be a little too depressing for
Floridians, but
yeah,
whatever. There's 49 other states and the rest of the world.
Yeah, then of course, after the flood happens, everyone gets their insurance claims denied because they didn't have the right flood coverage. Or they couldn't get coverage.
And there's a way you can you're actually a good guy here and you go against the insurance companies.
That'd be great.
I think there's going to be like a little New Orleans in there.
I wonder. I hope so.
If we're doing like the whole Gulf area or if it's just Florida proper.
If we're doing, because that's a great question too, because all we've just heard is Florida, but it would be awesome to see the whole bay. It'd be awesome to see New Orleans or even like Galveston, like parts of Texas.
Yeah, they could easily do it.
I wonder how big this map is going to be though.
I don't know.
What are they going to pad it out with? Because in the California analog that's Grand Theft Auto 5, you had the mountains in the middle, which were very cool to drive around, were very cool to run through, very cool to drive a dirt bike through, but it also was it kind of like pumped up the size of that map, you know? Made a lot of open space.
Well, they could just do that with swamps and they throw the golf in there and then boom. What do you go? Scuba diving missions?
There's got to be scuba diving missions. I want an airboat too, of course.
Fuck yeah.
Well, I said the airboat, but one of those, not the airboat, the
glass bottom boat.
That'd be fantastic. If I could buy a glass bottom boat. Then that's when the VR thing comes into play.
Hell yeah.
Crazy. I don't think we're going to see people like, bowel movements or defecating. Well, no, we probably will, but we won't be able to like control it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure Trevor pissed on somebody or several people.
Oh,
but
yeah,
anyway.
it might be like people pissing in the streets or something. Especially if we make it to Mardi Gras, you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. And there's definitely going to be probably, there's definitely going to be all kinds of crazy murder. Obviously, it wouldn't be Grand Theft Auto without that. But I'm feeling a more of like a car culture thing. You know what I mean? Like illegal street racing.
Right.
It's a part of GTA, but it's also a part of Florida.
Yeah, that would definitely make it in.
And I know you could like buy cars and you could mod out your cars and get like different spoilers or rims and you could make your smoke a different color.
Oh, yeah.
So I wonder if is that going to get an overhaul? Are we going to have the same system? Is it going to be crazier?
I assume it's going to be a lot more and microtransaction-y too.
Oh, you think that would suck?
Yeah, there's going to be in-game stuff, but then maybe just online will be microtransaction-y. That wouldn't make sense if you could buy it and just use it.
Yeah, I'm sure the shark cards and all that are going to be back for sure.
Oh, yeah. They didn't keep making money and just say, let's not do that again.
Exactly.
Maybe there's going to be like a snake hunting thing because aren't they having trouble with pythons in Florida?
Oh, God, imagine fighting a python in that game. There's definitely going to be a mission where you have to go dispose of a body in the Everglades, right? That's going to happen.
Right, or feed it to a fucking alligator somewhere.
Of course. I wonder if you can buy an alligator farm. Like if there's real estate to buy an alligator farm, that'd be sick.
Oh, maybe you can get an alligator pet and walk around with it.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Hey, Rockstar, hire us.
Yeah, we got ideas out the ass. Now you guys make them happen.
Yeah, right.
That's just, you just explained like what a game director is. You just say all this wild shit and then someone goes and does it.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet gig.
How do I get that job? Experience. Get out of here.
You got to lie your way to the top and then get experience. I don't know. Do some people just apply like out of the blue to C-level positions and people are like, why should we hire you? Like, because I'm a CEO. What do you mean you're a CEO? Like, I'm a CEO. Like, that's what I do. Like, what do you mean? Did you go to school to be a CEO? Oligarch.
There you go. Oh, so you're already rich. Yeah, of course I am.
Perfect. You can be a CEO. But only if you promise not to care about any of these people. Done. All right, you're hired.
You think I give a shit about these people? Profits,
Man,
baby.
This podcast got weird. We went in a direction. So, I don't know. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
What do you think? Well, let me ask you this. How many weapons do you think we're getting before we sign off here? Because I remember the game to start had a shitload of weapons, and then you could get like 50 more in multiplayer. And it got to the point where it was difficult to scroll through them because there were too many.
But were they all pretty much the same?
I feel like the rifles were.
Yeah, y'all had just ARs, pistols, SMGs, shotguns.
Yeah, let's clean that up. Let's make the weapons a little more Battlefield-like.
I want to see unique weapons, like Fallout weapons, like the hammer fist or some shit like that.
Oh, you think of like some Florida engineering to make some new kinds of, like, I don't know, a bear trap that has a shotgun in the middle of it.
Yeah, something like that. Just unique, weird shit with funny names.
Ooh, or the bayonet. Instead of a bayonet, the rifle has a bear trap on the end.
There we go. Or just a bear trap on a chain. You just swing it around.
Now Rockstar, you are leaving money on the table by not hiring us. It'd be so much easier.
You kill an alligator, use its head as a bear trap. Boom.
There we go. Now we're talking. Just hook it up to a deep cycle marine battery and bam, you're in business. You got to bite an alligator head.
Hell yeah. It'd be so cool.
Awesome. And there's definitely going to be like drug type. You know what? We don't need to talk about it anymore. We got into it quite a bit. But if someone wants to get to us via email, how would they do that, Sir Chump Slap?
Send it to plottytime@gmail.com. And as of today, I'm still at 100% response rate. Even if your email got sent to the junk file and I found it 2 weeks later, I still responded.
There you go. Even when you screw up, he'll respond to you. So I think that's going to bump it over 100%. You have like 101% response rate.
Right? If it's in the junk, do I even have to respond? No, but I do.
See, that's over 100% response rate. Hasn't missed one yet. And if they want to get to us on the socials, well, we should probably talk about that, but definitely YouTube. Reddit. Go to Reddit for now. That's the safest spot. We will see it. We will comment. It'll be fun.
We don't have a store anymore. Sorry, guys.
No more store anymore. Maybe someday we'll do a collab with someone really cool.
Oh, daylight curfew's knocking.
Oh, sick. Do you have their number or do you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, that does it for us. So, as always, shout out to everybody. We always shout out. I don't have it in front of me. I'm sorry. But we love you, Luis Guzman. Don't trust Dr. Scientists, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.
Peace.